Right, my name's Jo Holden and I am a senior progress tutor and I'm in charge of safeguarding at New College. Yeah, so basically safeguarding is about keeping all students that are a part of New College safe within college and also outside of college as well. So working with several different agencies to make sure that whatever difficulties students are encountering, then we put that support in place for them. Right, okay, so a typical day can be really varied. So for example, I work with students that are having difficulties at home. They can't live at home for whatever reason anymore, so we try and support them, look at external agencies that can support them. We support students who are having difficulties with mental health. So for example, there have been occasions in the past where students have taken overdoses. We've looked at support for them. We've looked at ongoing support once they're out of hospital. A big thing at the moment is to do with like the prevent duty, so to make sure that students aren't drawn into extremism or terrorism, and that's kind of a big part of this academic year's work with regards to safeguarding. Yeah, so when the prevent duty came in, there were several different points that we had to hit as part of a college, which basically meant that all staff needed to be made aware of what the prevent duty was, the signs and triggers of students being drawn into extremism and terrorism, so that as a teacher they could identify some of these key areas and then obviously look at referral procedures. So the referral procedures are for any concerns to be passed straight through to me. I would then assess them and then work with our prevent duty police officer as well to look at any ongoing support. Yeah, so we have a police prevent duty officer, and then I'm also part of two groups within the Wakefield district. So we have a bronze, what we call a channel panel. So any referrals within the Wakefield district come to the channel panel, and the people on that panel are basically key people from the Wakefield district. So we cover housing there, the NHS have representatives there, education have representatives there, the police and the counter-terrorism unit are there as well. So any referrals within the Wakefield district come to the bronze channel panel, and then we as partners look at what risk that person poses to the West Yorkshire district and then what support can be put in place for them. And then I'm also part of a silver contest group, which again has the same kind of people around the table, but it's a more at a strategic level to look at like the current trends, what's happening at other places within the country, how that poses a threat to West Yorkshire, and to make sure that we're covering things. So with regards to like the policies in college, so we have a prevent duty policy that's looked at every single year, mainly because of how fast things are changing with that, and obviously government changes, we're governed by them and they make changes. We have to make sure that we're doing the right things in college, so that's normally changed on a yearly basis. We also have a safeguarding policy in college as well, and that is normally looked at every year as well, just to make sure any key changes have been made to other policies that we obviously have to adhere to, such as keeping children safe in education. Any big changes within that, we have to make sure as a college we're adhering to those. So I look at the key changes and then make sure that they are fed down to staff as well, so staff are aware of any key changes in safety.
Yeah,
it's keeping children safe in education.
Right, okay.
So it was changed in 2015 and it's about to be changed for 2016 as well, and those changes are just about to be brought. So
give us an example of what type of changes they're bringing in.
One of the big changes is training, so how adequately staff are trained and how often. Within safeguarding, it used to be that people could be trained every 3 years. Everybody recognises now that 3 years to be trained in something is a hell of a long time to then wait to have other training, so they're looking at doing that yearly as well. And also another big change is making sure that adequate information is passed down to teaching staff as well, so it's not just kept by one person in one organisation. It's safeguarding is everybody's responsibility. It's not just one person that kind of holds everything. It's everybody's responsibility to keep children safe.
Well,
Every time I meet with a student that is either classed as a safeguarding case or whether there is anything to do with extremism, terrorism, it's all recorded, and if I get any concerns or anything, they are acted upon within 24 hours as well. We have to make sure that accurate notes are kept, so that, for example, if I am asked to attend court for a case that I have been involved with, that we have accurate, dated, a chronological record of incidents that have happened, when, what was said, the thoughts of the student as well, so at least we've got everything to back it up as well. So within an organisation, and this was another key change to the Keeping Children Safe in Education as well, they've stated that organisations must have the designated lead must be a member of the senior management team. So at New College, the designated lead is Richard Fletcher, who is the associate principal. I lead on the day-to-day safeguarding, and alongside Sophie Brooke, who also does first aid, she works alongside me to do the safeguarding as well, so it's a team approach. I think challenges have changed, and sometimes it's dependent on what's happening. So for example, at our last Ofsted inspection, one of the key points was for us to work more with looked after children. So since that, we've done a lot of work with looked after children. So now we have key links with the looked after children in Wakefield. We have meetings with the staff who support those children so that they're aware of the results. We've developed a policy to look at how often we need to contact carers, what support that looked after child needs at New College, and then also built relationships to make more people aware of what a looked after child actually wants, because what I think that they want might not be what they actually want. So that has been a big change this year, and then a lot to do with like the prevent duty. That's been a huge amount of work for the past couple of years.